Back with another video on the channel. So today might be my craziest video I've ever put out yet, because I'm going to be showing you how you can send unlimited mass cold DMs on Instagram with one click of a button. You can literally send 50,000 DMs plus per month using this method, and you will not see a single video on YouTube showing you how to use this secret software to send DMs. And the reason this is different to anything you've seen before, right, is because it can scrape leads, it can filter those leads and make sure you're not sending to private accounts. It can actually auto-rotate between your profiles to keep your accounts 100% safe so you won't get banned. It's got built-in proxies, and it can automatically send DMs from multiple accounts at the same time using different browsers. So you could be going to the gym, you could be going for a walk, and you're still going to be able to get hundreds of DMs out per day just on complete autopilot. So it's absolutely insane. And I'm actually going to show you a live example right now. So all you need to do, right, is click this one button. You see where it says send. If I click this one button, what will happen is if we give it a second, it's actually loaded an incognito browser. My hands aren't touching anything, right? So it's loaded an incognito browser, which means that it cannot detect our behavior essentially. But I'm not touching anything. It's going to be able to just type in my login username and password. And then to make the value even more for you guys, not only is it typing, so it's logging in, right? Not only is it going to send the first message automated, it's also going to be able to carry out the conversation using other softwares. So this is a video you would not have seen anywhere else. Like, I promise you, this is nuts. So as you can see, it has clicked on message. So if we give it a second, you can see that it's typing the message. I'm not doing anything. It has said, do you offer one-to-one coaching? And I'm going to act as a prospect. So as you can see, right, it has sent me a message on my phone. So I'm going to act as the lead, and I'm going to respond back to the lead. And this is the best part. So we've automated the first message, and I'm also going to show you in this video how to automate the rest of the conversation so you don't have to do anything. So I've just responded back. Yes, I offer one-to-one coaching, as you can see. And if we actually go back onto my DMs, if we go to messages now, you can see I haven't responded anything. So not only did it send the first message automated, when the prospect responds, you can see that it has already sent a second message saying, amazing to hear. I've got a secret way of adding an extra 5k a month without you having to pay me first. So it's just my offer, right? But I didn't have to do anything. So right now I'm quite literally just having a conversation with myself on AI. So yeah, imagine the prospect responds with something like, so I mean, the bot has said, I see what you mean. Before we dive into more details, have you tried anything to increase your rev? So it's counteracting it, the AI. I'm not doing really anything. I'm just responding as a prospect would, as being quite, picky. As you can see, it has just said, yeah, definitely curious to hear about what your goals are for your coaching business. Care to share? I've just typed trying to make 30k a month. Okay, so I just got back and it sent a message saying impressive target. With that in mind, I've got some time on Friday. Would morning or afternoon be best for you? So let's just respond back. Let's just say afternoon. Okay, and it has just sent a Calendly link to the prospect. So yeah, that is amazing. And just like that, the booking bot works. So now I'm going to show you how you can do this on a mass scale. And I'm just going to walk you absolutely everything really simply. So yeah, if we go back to the Notion document, you don't need to have any coding experience to do this. You don't need to have tons of money to do this. You don't need to hire a stupid virtual assistant anymore. And you definitely don't need to spend time sending cold DMs. So make sure you stick to the end of this video, because you are going to have an unfair advantage over your competition. And if you don't stick to the end, then maybe you'll get a bit confused and you won't know how to do it. So yeah, it's really important you watch this all the way through. It's a very valuable video. And I may even give you a script at the end of the call, not at the end of the video, I mean. So yeah, definitely stick to the end, but let's just jump right into this. So this video will consist of just two parts. There's only two parts to this, right? The first part is how we automate the first outbound message, and the second part is how we carry out the conversation using AI and our business information to book appointments, basically. So let's just cover the first part, and there'll be timestamps in here so you can skip to the part that you want. But if we just go to Google Drive, okay, so we're in a Google Doc, and I'm going to show you how to find leads, how to create mass profiles, how to completely automate sending the first message using this secret software. And I'm going to make it so simple for you. So first of all, in order to actually send DMs, you need leads to send them to. And this is step one. We are simply just leveraging micro influencers to scrape leads. Now, I've tried so many different ways of booking appointments. I've booked thousands of sales appointments, and I'm telling you, this is the best way to book appointments on Instagram. You do not use the search bar. You do not use Google search. You don't use these other methods that gurus are telling you when they've never actually done it themselves. So how you get high quality leads is by leveraging micro influencers. So what I mean by this is you can just find creators in your niche who have a following of your ideal client profiles. Let's just say you're targeting personal trainers. Instead of running ads or creating content to try and get personal trainers, we can simply just find someone who has a following of your ideal profiles. So if we look at this person, for example, and click on their Instagram page and give it a second to load, you can see this guy is called Daniel Porter. And as his page loads, you can see that he helps personal trainers make $10,000 online in 90 days. So he's helping the same niche as you, for example. But if you're in real estate, you could find a creator who has a following of real estate agents. Or if you're working with, let's say, roofing companies, you could find someone who has a following with them. But it does work better for online business owners. But nonetheless, this can be done for anything. And it's by far the best way to scrape leads. Because what we can do is you can see we can go onto his post and we can click on the likes, and I guarantee you there's going to be personal trainers who have liked this post here. So let's give it a second to load. And you can literally see, right, we've got Ella, who's an online fitness coach. We've got, if we go back on this, we've got this guy, Adam, Max, all these people, Paddy, Ross. These are all like coaches. We've got, I don't know, you pronounce that, but you get what I mean, Chloe, yeah, all these people, Matty, we're infinitely finding our niche just by leveraging other creators who have done the hard work of building their following of your ideal profile. So, yeah, how we basically do this now is we want to get this information, and ideally we want to find a post where maybe has a bit more, so if we look at this one, for example, this will probably have more likes. And what we want to do is we want to export these likes into a CSV. So how we do that is we can use, if we go back to the Google Doc, there's Instant Data Scraper. So this is an amazing Chrome extension that's completely free to use because I'm all about saving you guys money, right? So this one right here, completely free, is scraping just data into a CSV. So we can use this one, and I've already got it downloaded because I use it all the time. Or we can actually use auto leads, which is what we're going to be using to send the first DM anyway. So yeah, it's the cheapest, safest, and easiest software to automate outbound Instagram DMs, like by far. There's nothing that compares to it in the market, in my opinion, because it's so cheap. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. You can use Instant Data Scraper, or what you can do is you can actually just get the post URL, and you can go to auto leads. So if you click on this, and I'll put a link in the description so you can just check it out, first link in the description, and you can essentially sign in, and once you've downloaded the software and paid, it's very cheap, I think it's like $20 or $27 or something, you can essentially then just go to, if we go to profiles, what we can do is we can essentially just add here, and we can put the post link, and we can say how many likes we want, so let's just say 100, and with one click you can see that what it's going to do is it's going to put all of the profiles into here, and it's just scraped it already for us. So now all you would need to do is just click send, and then it would open the incognito browser, and it would just send the first message automated. And obviously you can change the script here. So I've just said, yo, first name, how's it going? So it's got personalization and it's outbound, and it's going to have a second message underneath it as well. So it just makes it more human, because if someone sends you a cold DM and it's actually 2 messages, it makes it look better. So these micro nuances is what makes a difference, in my opinion. And yeah, these are all very powerful stuff. So yeah, you can obviously add personalization, you can turn on proxies, you can just follow the prospect if you want. You can have dual browser, so that will send from 2 accounts at the same time. So you can see how powerful this software is. It's like insane, it's nuts. But if we go back to profiles, yeah, you can obviously upload way more than this. So if you're sending 50,000 per month, you'd need to send a lot of DMs and get a lot of profiles basically. But within about 10 minutes, I can usually scrape about 500 profiles, so that can act for like a day's work pretty much, or you can get way more, to be honest. But yeah, you get very good at scraping leads. But yeah, it's as simple as that, to be honest. And then you just put whatever you want for the message and click send, and it will open the browser and it will just start sending DMs fully automated. So if we go back to Google, and once again, you can get the software first link in the description. And yeah, you basically just want to filter out the bad leads. You can do that before. So what you can do is, if we go back to this post, for example, so obviously auto leads just like scraped it for us. But you can use Instant Data Scraper to essentially get these leads and then filter them out in a CSV, if that makes sense. So you can see that it selects the thing, and this can be done for the following as well. So if you go to his following, you'll also find that he follows like personal trainers. So you can see Lucy, Tom Hall, like these people, Laura, Jennifer, like these are personal trainers. So you can do the same thing of using Instant Data Scraper, and you can see that if we just remove the fields we don't want, so we obviously want their username and we want their first name, and then you can actually just, I believe, click, let's put this to like 3, and then just click start crawling. And what it's going to do is it's going to essentially, if we go back to the Instagram post, you can see that it's basically just like, see, I'm not touching anything. It's going down the list, right? And it's just filling up the CSV. So if we go back to the other one, this one, if we click stop crawling, you can see that it's given us like quite a few already. So if you were to spend like 20-30 minutes doing this, you can get like 1,000. And then all you do is just download that as a CSV. And once it's downloaded, go to auto leads, go to the profiles. Let's just clear that. You click add file. So add file, and let's just click, I believe this one, for example. And you can see that it has loaded those people that he follows into this Google Sheet, basically. And we've obviously got their name in the CSV as well, so we can send personalized mass DMs, which will include it here. So if we were to click like send, it would automatically, as I'm not touching anything, just open an incognito browser, log into your Instagram or multiple profiles, which I'll explain in a second, and it will just send automated DMs to those people. But once again, I've showed you how to do this, so let's just close this. Background processes, and you can change the action delay. So the action delay is basically how long you want it to wait before sending a new message. So right now we've got it at 25 seconds. So usually it's not actually 25 seconds, it's usually about 1 minute. So every 1 minute it will send a new message to the people we've uploaded into the software. And for the DMs, we can obviously change this to how many DMs you want to send per account. I recommend 50. And what this means is, if you were to have like 5 accounts here, you'd be able to send 250 DMs, and it would just auto switch between them once 50 has been hit per each account, if that makes sense. So that's the best part. Like, there's no other software that I'm aware of that can switch between accounts once the maximum has been reached, because you obviously can't send 250 DMs per account. Whereas if you were to just upload 5 profiles to this software, so all you need to do is just put the Instagram name and then your password here, and just add as many as you want. And once the maximum has been hit, so 50, it would switch between them to keep it safe and to keep it ban proof, basically, because it's very rare to get banned because it's an application and it has really good sending hygiene. So there's no other software like it, basically. So hopefully that makes sense and I'm not confusing you. But you can see that once again, you can get the software first link in the description and then just play around with it, because there's so many things you can do. You can also filter profiles. You can see the success rate. You can add proxies here as well to keep your account safe. Now, if you're sending for more than 5 accounts, so if you're sending more than 250 DMs per day, I would recommend getting a proxy. And the next question you're going to have is, how do you get a proxy? And I've actually put so I mean, if you go to the AutoLeads website, right, which is this one, so autolead.app/home, and if you quickly create an account, so I've already obviously got an account. So if we go sign in and just give it a second to load, just click login, you can see that there's a tutorial here and there's also Discord support. So if we just click on tutorial, it's actually going to send us to a Notion document where it's going to explain how to just upload proxies to the software. So yeah, it's very efficient and it's very easy to do. And then there's also an amazing Discord support server where you can also just like network with other people, and you can get support if you run into any complications with the software basically. And you can see that the pricing's insane. Like, it's the cheapest one out there. So 75 DMs a day for like $27. It's just worth it. Like, imagine trying to manually send 75 DMs per day. It's just, yeah, like if you value your time and you're serious about this, like you can even get 375 DMs automated per day for like 57 a month, like crazy. So it's very cheap compared to other softwares, and yeah, it's also the safest in my opinion. So yeah, just obviously create an account, just click download, and it will send you to this. So if you want Windows, you get Windows. If you want Mac, you get Mac. And then obviously, if you want to be sending a lot of DMs, you need to have aged profiles. So to send, let's say 1.5k DMs per day, which is like what, around 40 to 50k a month, you need about 200 accounts. But once again, I recommend starting small. If you can just send 200, 300 DMs per day, find a way of booking appointments through that. Maybe it's one a day. Then you can start to scale that and you'll get more and more. But you can use a platform called Z2U. And I'm not affiliated with Z2U. It's just what I use to buy Instagram accounts. And if you were to just search for Instagram up here and give it a second to load maybe, or maybe we need to maybe view more results. So you can see that you can actually get accounts here. And you can see that you can buy Instagram accounts for like $1, $2. So if you want to send, let's say, 200 DMs a day, you'll need about 5 accounts. So you can spend like $5 and be able to send 200 DMs a day, like crazy, right? Just make sure that your profile is optimized. So this is my main Instagram, Charlie Barber Biz. You can follow it if you want, just a quick plug. But yeah, you want to have your profile laid out like this, where you have nice photos of you. Like whenever you go for dinner or if you go out, just get some nice professional photos of you looking smart. Put that on your page, because if someone's going to give you money, it's because they, like, know and trust you, and they think of you as a person, because people always invest into the entrepreneur first and then the product second. So just make sure you have a really nice profile of yourself. And yeah, if you can get the blue tick, it'll increase first reply rate and all that good stuff. And remember to only send 50 DMs per account. But like the biggest problem people run into isn't actually the copywriting, because I'm going to help you with copywriting in a second, but a good profile and good lead quality, like the way I showed you on how to find leads, which probably doesn't compare to what other people are telling you. If you do these things, you're going to make money and you're going to book appointments. So yeah, if you want to send 200 accounts, sorry, if you want to send 1k DMs a day, you'll need 200 accounts, which is why I recommend just trying to book appointments. And then once you have got this working and you can see results, then invest more into like buying more accounts and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I've showed you how to upload leads and all that stuff. So I've actually already done this. But yeah, for the first message, so if we go into auto leads and we go to the thing here, just make sure you ask an opener that's like a question, because if you just pitch your offer here, so if I was to say like, hey, and let's just say, so this will put their first name here. If I would say, hey, first name, like I can get you 5 extra clients, it's like, it's going to get stuck in the requests. So you need to have here just a question. So if you're working with like real estate, you could say, hey, first name, do you offer residential or commercial real estate? So you see what I mean? Like it's a simple opener, and then obviously you wouldn't have this. But if you were to ask this, you would get about 15 to 20% reply rate, and then you can pitch your service. So they're actually going to see it. So that's the best way to go about it in terms of the copywriting. And then, yeah, that's pretty much as simple as it gets for automating the first part on how you get messages out just on complete autopilot with one click of a button. And yeah, like it's very easy. Hopefully you found value in this. But now let's get on to how you're actually going to carry out the conversation using AI. So I've opened a new Google Doc, and by the way, if you want these Google Docs, just shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll send you everything so you can get the links and all that good stuff. So for this one, you basically need to carry out the conversation after the lead responds. So auto leads will send the first message, and it's got a bunch of cool features for doing that, and very cheap obviously. But now we actually need AI to carry out the conversation so we don't have to do anything. And there's only really two softwares you can use to do this. Once again, totally up to you. ManyChat or GoHelloWell is what I would personally use, but it's up to you. But for the demonstration, I'll just be using GoHelloWell because I found it to give better answers, and it's pretty much easier to build the booking bot in my opinion. So what we need to do is very simple. We just need to create multiple triggers to start the workflow. So in order to start any workflow, whether it's ManyChat or GoHelloWell or VoiceFlow, you need a trigger. However, here's the thing. It doesn't have to be an inbound trigger. It can be an outbound trigger. So we can basically predict what a prospect is going to respond by automating the first message. So like what I said, if we hey first name, do you offer residential or commercial real estate? We can predict that the prospect is either going to respond with residential, commercial, or just like a bunch of different keywords that then start the trigger. So hopefully that makes sense in that it doesn't have to be an inbound trigger. We can just predict what the prospect is going to say by giving it 1,000 different trigger words, basically. So if we go back into here, right, and now I'm going to jump into high level to show you how this works. Okay, so here we are inside the workflow that I'm going to be walking you through, and it's actually the exact same workflow that the bot responded to in the DMs. So you can see that whilst I've been explaining this whole thing to you, the bot has actually done a follow-up in the meantime to myself, which said, hey there, just wanted to check in about scheduling our call for Friday afternoon. Did a time slot catch your eye on the calendar? So it's actually done a follow-up, which is what I'm going to be showing you in this workflow right here. So like what I said, a trigger, you have to have a trigger no matter what you're doing to automate the rest of the conversation, right? But the trigger can be anything. So you can see that I put the trigger as one-to-one coaching, yes, and you could have 100 different ones. So how this works is when Auto Leads sends the first message saying, yo Charlie, how's it going? Do you offer one-to-one coaching? We can predict what the person's going to say back, and you can put anything in here as a trigger. So it could be like yes, it could be maybe, it could be who are you, and it's going to carry out the conversation. So just make it broad, put as many triggers as you want, and that's what I recommend. But you can see this is exactly the same workflow that I'm showing you right here. So we can see that the second message was amazing to hear. I've got a secret way of adding an extra 5k a month without you having to pay me first. Would you be against me giving you some value on a quick call? And you can see that is what it responded. Amazing to hear. I've got a secret way of adding. You get the point. This is the bot that I actually use. So I'm showing you what I use. This isn't any, bullshit. Like, it's then going to wait. So we have a wait for a contact reply. And if they don't respond after 10 hours, it's actually going to put it into the follow-up bot. So this is the best part. The best part about this whole thing is that if the lead stops responding at any point, it's actually going to do a follow-up 10 hours after to move the lead back into a conversation. So you could argue that this is actually 10 times better than hiring a virtual assistant, because a virtual assistant would get lazy, wouldn't do follow-ups, whereas this does a follow-up every 10 hours if a lead stops responding, and it will do that unlimited times. So it completely removes emotion because the bot doesn't have emotion. So it's like crazy, and it's just infinite. It's like a constant loop. So if we go back here, assuming the lead did respond, it's then going to say, sounds great. Before I send my calendar, have you tried anything to increase your rev? And by the way, right, it's like not just going to say this black and white. If the lead asks a question, it's going to be able to have the flow of a conversation. So it's going to be able to acknowledge their question, and then it's going to be able to provide an answer whilst kind of moving the lead forward with questions. So to give you an example of this, you can see that when I said, what are your goals for your coaching business, I didn't actually put that in the workflow here, but it actually did it itself. So it got creative, which is what we want, right? Because we don't just want a black and white script. We want it to adapt and to innovate based on the replies that the prospect is giving. So you can see that, let's just say me, for example, I typed this because I was acting as a prospect, but I said I'm trying to make 30k a month, and it said impressive target. With that in mind, I've got some time on Friday. So it's able to take the response and actually have a good conversation. So you can see that is the qualifying question 1. Then qualifying question 2 is I've got some time on Friday, like what it said. And then obviously the booking bot of send link to sign up. So obviously you want them to tell you if they've confirmed it, because if they don't respond to the message here, it's then going to do a follow-up, as it did, saying, hey there, just wanted to check in, did you find a time, right? So if we go back to here, you can see that what happens is if they don't respond, so if we go to the conversational AI bot, if they don't respond after 10 hours, it's going to send them, you can see that this purple line sends them to the follow-up bot. So this follow-up bot is going to ask a completely new follow-up every single time. And it's going to do this as many times as you want. So this is crazy, right? Because it's not just going to say the same follow-up. It's going to continuously get the conversation flowing again by asking a unique follow-up each time. And obviously you can change it to make it funny follow-ups, strict follow-ups, whatever you want, right? And this is honestly an amazing booking bot. So just to recap, you have a trigger. So to get a trigger, you basically just search, I think you actually need to click on this part here. So add a new trigger. Just search for like Instagram. No, I believe it is DMs maybe. I can't actually remember how I got this. I think, it is just DMs. So Instagram DM, obviously that's very simple to add. You just add Instagram DM. You want to click wait, then a condition. So that's if or else, as you can see. And then on the if or else condition, we've just got reply, contact replied equals true, and then none equals a follow-up bot. So if they respond, obviously it asks for follow-up questions. If they don't respond, it does a follow-up bot. And in order to get the conversational AI, you pretty much just click conversational AI, turn on this advanced bot configurations, prompt it like absolute hell basically, just go really deep on the prompting, and then just put the questions you want. Timeout, put that as like 10 hours. Channel, obviously we want that as Instagram. Skip, if answered, and then the branch, we want to put timeout, because then we want to put a go-to action here. So go-to, and you can just click save, I believe, and then you'll be able to put that to the follow-up bot here. And then obviously to get the follow-up bot, it's the same thing of doing conversational AI, but you call this a follow-up bot basically, follow-up bot. And then you just do the same thing, and then we remove the prompt entirely, and we basically just tell it, like, you are a follow-up bot, do this, this, and this, basically. So you can see that in our one, I've basically prompted it, like, you have not received a response to your last message, and your goal is to come up with a unique follow-up message. And then additional instructions, person has not responded in 1 day, never use the same response twice. And then just to give it, like, demonstration, we've said ask a serious follow-up question to get them to respond. Example, yo, did you get a chance to check it out? Or have you seen this yet? And then once again, timeout is yes. Sorry, timeout is 1 day. Skip, if answered, equals yes. And it's as simple as that. You can copy this if you want. But yeah, that is that. Now, if you want this snapshot, as well as free Go High Level, as well as 65% off auto leads, join my school. I literally could not recommend it enough, because you get this workflow and 15 other workflows completely done for you. So if we go into here, right, you get all of these. Like, imagine having this appointment setter, high ticket funnel workflows, lead funnel workflows, low ticket funnel workflows, webinar workflows. You get like 15 workflows plus free Go High Level sub accounts, and you get auto leads for like mostly free if you're just inside my school. So I highly recommend jumping in my school, as well as you'll be able to connect with an amazing community of like-minded individuals, all trying to build automations. There's some coaches in there, there's agency owners in there, all business owners in there, all working towards improving themselves. So yeah, I'd love to have you in there, and you'll absolutely love it. I promise you. I've spent so much time building it; it's crazy. But you can check that out. I'll also put that in the description. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm going to be dropping some serious like bangers on this channel, just pure value soon. So hit the subscribe button, like the video, and comment if you've gotten to this stage, because yeah, that will also boost the algorithm hopefully. So comment something cool, or comment what videos you want next on the channel, and I'll make them for you. So yeah, take it easy, have an amazing day, and peace out.